Breaking a bad habit is never easy, but when Allah is on your side, nothing is impossible. Imagine living a life where the habits that once controlled you no longer have power over you. What if I told you that Allah is already working behind the scenes, helping you every step of the way to overcome those challenges? In this video, we're going to reveal 5 clear signs that Allah is guiding you to break a bad habit. If you're seeing this video without searching for it, this is your sign from Allah that it's time to make that change. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Allah is helping you transform your life for the better. The first sign that Allah is helping you break a bad habit is when you begin to feel deep remorse for your actions. You no longer find satisfaction or comfort in your habit. Instead, it brings you guilt. This is a mercy from Allah, as He allows you to recognize the negative impact of your actions, encouraging you to turn away from them. The Quran states, "And those who, when they commit an immorality or wrong themselves, remember Allah and seek forgiveness for their sins, and who can forgive sins except Allah." Surah Al-Imran 3:135. This feeling of guilt is Allah's way of awakening your conscience, reminding you that the habit no longer serves you spiritually or mentally. When you feel this sense of regret, it's an opportunity to reflect on how far you've strayed from the path of righteousness. It shows that your heart is still alive with faith, as it can recognize the difference between right and wrong. The deeper the guilt, the stronger the urge to seek repentance and change. The beauty of Islam is that no matter how many times you fall, Allah's mercy is always near if you are willing to return to Him. Guilt is not a weakness but a strength that can propel you towards betterment. Another sign is that engaging in the bad habit starts to feel uncomfortable. What used to bring you temporary relief now brings you anxiety or frustration. This internal unrest is Allah's way of nudging you towards change, making the habit feel undesirable. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "I left nothing that brings you closer to Allah, except that I have commanded you to do it. And I left nothing that distances you from Allah and brings you closer to hell, except that I forbade you from it." This discomfort is a clear indication that the habit is no longer aligned with who you are becoming. When you feel this unease, it's a sign that your soul is rejecting the negative behavior that once provided comfort. You might find that the satisfaction you used to get from the habit is fleeting, replaced by an unsettling feeling in your heart. This is Allah's wisdom working in subtle ways, making the habit lose its appeal so that you naturally feel drawn to leave it behind. It's important to recognize this discomfort as a positive force, one that indicates growth. It means that Allah is helping you evolve beyond the habit, guiding you towards actions that bring peace rather than distress. When Allah is guiding you to break free from a bad habit, one of the clearest signs is that you begin to feel a strong, almost urgent motivation to seek help. This can manifest in various ways, whether it's through a desire to pray more, talk to someone about your struggles, or actively pursue self-improvement. This sudden drive to change isn't random, it's a divine push from Allah encouraging you to take the steps needed to overcome the habit. The Quran says, "And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the invocation of the supplicant when he calls upon me." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:186. This motivation to seek help is a powerful sign that you are no longer comfortable with where you are. When you begin to feel an overwhelming need to make dua supplication, asking Allah for strength, patience, and guidance, it's a sign that your heart is open to receiving help. Dua is a beautiful way of reaching out to Allah, and it shows that you acknowledge His power and are ready to rely on Him in your journey towards self-improvement. You may feel drawn to seek knowledge or guidance on how to deal with your habit. You might start reading books, watching videos, or listening to talks that address the habit you're struggling with. This proactive behavior shows that Allah is providing you with the tools, resources, and inspiration necessary for change. The key here is not to underestimate the power of these small steps. Each moment of dua, each conversation seeking help, and every effort to learn something new about breaking your habit is part of a bigger transformation. Allah is placing these opportunities in your path because He knows that you are ready to change. When Allah inspires you to seek help, it's a clear indication that He is not only listening to your struggles but actively guiding you towards solutions. This is His way of showing you that you don't have to face this challenge alone. Taking even the smallest step forward can lead to profound change as long as you keep faith and trust in the guidance you are receiving. A clear sign that Allah is helping you let go of a bad habit is when obstacles and barriers start to appear, making it increasingly difficult to continue engaging in the behavior. These barriers might come in many forms, such as people who discourage you from the habit, circumstances that prevent you from indulging, or even internal feelings of unease and discomfort that arise every time you consider engaging in the habit. These obstacles are not random or coincidental. They are Allah's way of gently guiding you away from harmful behaviors. He is creating a path of resistance to help you break free from what no longer serves you. The Quran reminds us, perhaps you dislike something which is good for you and like something which is bad for you. Allah knows, and you do not know. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:16. At first, these barriers might seem frustrating. For example, you might find yourself running into unexpected delays or interruptions every time you try to indulge in your bad habit. It could be that your phone dies just when you're about to engage in something unproductive. Or perhaps a friend suddenly calls you at the exact moment you were considering falling back into the habit. These disruptions can feel like annoyances, but in reality, they are Allah's way of protecting you from slipping further into the behavior. Sometimes the barrier could be emotional. You may begin to feel a strong sense of dissatisfaction or emptiness after engaging in the habit, something that didn't bother you before. This internal discomfort acts as a divine signal, letting you know that the habit is no longer something your soul desires. You might also experience feelings of guilt or shame that may have been absent before. These emotions are a direct result of Allah creating a spiritual barrier between you and the bad habit, making it increasingly difficult for you to continue on the same path without feeling the consequences. Another common form of barrier is when Allah places people in your life who actively encourage you to stop the habit or even confront you about it. These individuals might not even know the full extent of your struggle, but their words or actions can have a profound impact. They could be friends, family members, or even co-workers who unknowingly provide the encouragement or advice you need to make a change. This is a form of divine intervention where Allah uses others to help steer you away from harmful behaviors. You may find that life circumstances start to shift in a way that prevents you from easily accessing the habit. Perhaps the environment where you used to indulge in the habit is no longer available to you, or the situations that once tempted you have become scarce. These barriers might seem like inconveniences at first, but they are actually blessings in disguise. Allah is rearranging the conditions of your life to make it harder for you to fall back into the habit, thereby protecting you from continuing down a destructive path. Even though these barriers can sometimes feel discouraging or annoying, it's important to recognize them for what they are: divine guidance. Allah is actively making it difficult for you to continue the habit because He wants something better for you. It's crucial to have faith in these moments and understand that what may seem like an obstacle is actually an opportunity. These barriers are signs that Allah is working in your life, helping you move away from actions that are harmful to your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being. As you encounter these barriers, it's essential to shift your perspective and see them as Allah's mercy. Instead of becoming frustrated by the interruptions, delays, or discomforts, view them as blessings that are helping you stay on the right path. Every barrier is an opportunity to pause and reflect on your choices, making it easier to choose the path of righteousness. When you begin to see these obstacles as Allah's way of protecting you, you'll start to appreciate the wisdom behind them. In the end, these barriers are not just about stopping you from engaging in the habit. They are about steering you toward a better, more fulfilling life. Allah knows what is best for you, even when you don't, and He places these obstacles to guide you toward what will benefit your soul. The more you recognize and embrace these barriers, the easier it will become to let go of the bad habit and move forward on a path that brings you closer to Allah's guidance and mercy. You start replacing the habit with healthier alternatives. The final, and perhaps most encouraging, sign that Allah is helping you break a bad habit is when you begin to naturally replace the negative behavior with healthier alternatives. This is a powerful indication that Allah is guiding you away from what harms you and toward actions that nourish your soul, body, and mind. When you start filling the void left by your bad habit with positive practices, it is not just a coincidence or a mere shift in preference. It is a clear sign that Allah is working in your life, helping you make sustainable, lasting changes for the better. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever leaves something for the sake of Allah, Allah will compensate him with something better." This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but rather gradually, as you begin to notice that certain healthier habits start to replace the bad ones. For example, if your bad habit was wasting hours on social media, you might find yourself becoming more interested in reading beneficial books, exercising, or engaging in acts of worship like praying more regularly or memorizing verses of the Quran. These healthier alternatives not only keep you busy but also help you to grow spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. This shift is a blessing from Allah, as He is filling your time with activities that align with your true purpose and bring you closer to Him. One of the most significant signs that Allah is guiding this change is that these new, healthier habits feel fulfilling and bring you peace, unlike the bad habit which may have left you feeling guilty or empty. These positive alternatives give you a sense of purpose, satisfaction, and joy. Whether it's taking up a hobby, spending more time with loved ones, or focusing on personal growth, you'll notice that your life begins to feel more balanced and meaningful. This is a sign of Allah's mercy. He is helping you not only eliminate the bad but replace it with something that elevates you. Another encouraging aspect of this process is that Allah often makes these healthier alternatives feel rewarding in a way that the bad habit never could. You may find that as you pray more, you experience a deeper sense of peace and connection with Allah, or as you spend time exercising or engaging in productive activities, you start to feel more energized, confident, and positive about life. These rewards are Allah's way of reinforcing your decision to let go of the bad habit and helping you see the benefits of living a life aligned with His guidance. This replacement process also teaches you self-discipline and strengthens your willpower. Each time you choose the healthier option over the bad habit, you are exercising your self-control and building resilience. Allah is helping you cultivate the strength needed to maintain these positive changes over time. The healthier alternatives will become second nature to you, and the bad habit will no longer hold the same power over you that it once did. This is a profound transformation that Allah is facilitating in your life. He is helping you become a better version of yourself, someone who is more focused, disciplined, and connected to your spiritual goals. Furthermore, these new habits often align with your values and faith, making it easier to stay committed to them. When you replace a bad habit with actions that bring you closer to Allah, you are not only improving yourself but also strengthening your relationship with Him. For example, if you replace a habit of laziness with daily prayers or Quran recitation, you are actively seeking Allah's pleasure and guidance in your everyday life. This spiritual growth creates a ripple effect, impacting other areas of your life as well, such as your relationships, work, and personal well-being. It's important to note that this replacement of habits doesn't have to be dramatic to be effective. Small, consistent changes can lead to significant transformation over time. Maybe you start by replacing just a few minutes of your bad habit with a short walk, a prayer, or a meaningful conversation with a loved one. Over time, these small actions add up, and before you know it, the healthier alternatives become part of your routine while the bad habit fades into the background. This gradual process is a mercy from Allah, allowing you to change in a sustainable and manageable way. In the end, the fact that you are replacing a bad habit with something better is a clear sign that Allah is guiding you toward success and purification. This process not only helps you overcome the bad habit, but also brings you closer to the person Allah intended for you to be. Every step you take towards improvement is a step closer to Allah, and the healthier habits you develop are a reflection of His guidance and mercy. It's a reminder that when you let go of what harms you for the sake of Allah, He will always replace it with something far better, something that benefits your soul and strengthens your connection with Him. As you continue to embrace these healthier alternatives, it's essential to remain grateful for Allah's guidance and to keep nurturing these positive changes. By doing so, you will find that your life becomes richer, more fulfilling, and more in tune with your spiritual and personal goals. Trust in Allah's wisdom and mercy, and remember that every positive change you make is a sign that He is helping you grow and evolve for the better. Breaking a bad habit is never easy, but when Allah is on your side, nothing is impossible. These 5 signs are reminders that He is guiding you to a better path, helping you purify your soul and live a more meaningful life. Remember, the journey to self-improvement is ongoing, but with Allah's help, you will succeed. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual insights. May Allah grant us all the strength to break our bad habits and lead us to success. Ameen. This message shares a profound reflection on breaking bad habits, specifically through the lens of divine guidance. It emphasizes that as you attempt to move away from harmful habits, you may notice that life circumstances begin shifting to make indulging in these behaviors more challenging. Instead of viewing these obstacles as mere inconveniences, the message encourages you to see them as blessings from Allah. These barriers, be they changes in environment, reduced temptations, or limited access to your usual triggers, are a form of divine intervention, designed to protect you and lead you toward a healthier path. Allah is actively reshaping your surroundings to make it harder for you to fall back into habits that hinder your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being. The message further explores the significance of these barriers, urging you to adopt a positive perspective toward them. Rather than feeling discouraged by the changes that make engaging in the habit difficult, see these as Allah's mercy, nudging you away from actions that harm you. Each obstacle is an opportunity to pause, reflect, and choose a better way forward, one that aligns with righteousness. It's a call to recognize Allah's guidance in the small moments of discomfort or delay, to understand that these are not obstacles to your happiness, but rather stepping stones to personal growth and spiritual fulfillment. One of the most beautiful signs that Allah is aiding you in breaking your bad habit is when you naturally begin to replace it with healthier, more meaningful alternatives. This shift, whether it's finding joy in physical activity, spending more time in prayer, reading beneficial books, or connecting with loved ones, is not accidental but a divine nudge toward actions that will truly nourish your soul, mind, and body. When you start engaging in these fulfilling activities, it's clear that Allah is steering you away from actions that bring emptiness or guilt and guiding you toward those that offer peace, joy, and a deeper connection with Him. Moreover, this transformation fosters self-discipline and strengthens your willpower. Each time you choose the positive alternative, you are exercising self-control and building resilience, gradually weakening the power that the old habit once held over you. With time, these healthier choices become second nature, and you become a more focused, disciplined, and spiritually grounded individual. This journey not only reflects Allah's mercy but also showcases His desire to see you become the best version of yourself, connected to your spiritual goals and purpose. This journey toward better habits doesn't require massive, overnight changes. Instead, small, consistent steps lead to sustainable transformation. Replacing a few minutes of a negative habit with a positive one, whether it's a short walk, a prayer, or a thoughtful conversation, gradually adds up, integrating healthier alternatives into your life and letting the old habits fade. This slow and steady process is a sign of Allah's gentle mercy, giving you the grace to change in a way that feels manageable and lasting. In closing, this reflection serves as a reminder that when you let go of what harms you for the sake of Allah, He will replace it with something infinitely better. These healthier habits, these small steps of improvement, are not just about breaking free from the old, but about stepping into a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and a closer connection with Allah. Breaking a bad habit is never easy, but with Allah's help, every step you take is a step toward a more meaningful, spiritually rich life.